Hey guys, so I wanted to update everyone and talk about some of the issues that are going on. So there's been quite a few changes with with my lupus, with medications, and so I just kind of wanted to go over some of it. So as you know, in one of my videos, I told you that the luflitamide that I was on, I'm not able to fill without paying out of pocket. And I didn't think that was a good option for me. I'm already paying out of pocket for multiple meds. And I'm starting to not understand why I pay as much as I do for a really good insurance and then have to pay out of pocket for meds. So what I would want to do, or what I did, was go to the doctor and say, hey, I can't get this med because it needs further doctor authorization, and he refuses to do it. So my question is, is there another med that I could try that will be authorized and go through insurance without having to pay so much out of pocket? Um, there is a med that he said I could try, which is Cellcept, and that he did send to a pharmacy. I have not filled. I want to do some research on it first, but really my whole goal with all of this is to get off of medications. What I believe might be happening, and I could be totally wrong, but what I need to rule out is the Plaquenil that I'm on. Am I having the side effect of muscle weakness? So I do have muscle weakness. It comes with exertion. And by exertion, I mean going to a grocery store and trying to pick up a few things. I become too weak to walk, or my legs stop working correctly. It's really kind of hard to explain, but it's a very strange feeling, and a feeling that's becoming smaller and smaller, meaning I'm doing less and less to trigger this. So I'm afraid eventually I won't be able to walk at all, is what I see kind of in the future, because everything is kind of, the bubble is getting smaller and smaller. So I did bring this up yesterday. I did see my rheumatologist. He is against getting off Plaquenil at all. And really his whole theory or whole basis behind all of it is the studies show people with lupus that are on Plaquenil, and I'm assuming this is SLE, live a longer life. Mortality rates are are a lot longer than if I was not on Plaquenil. And I understand there's a lot of studies behind it that supports that. But my question to him is, if you're having side effects, can you, do you get off? And he was like, absolutely yes. But he is not convinced I'm having Plaquenil side effects. In fact, he wants to do further testing to see if I have organ damage. His first thought was I had to check for lung or heart damage, and perhaps that's keeping me from walking. And I don't really suspect that's the case. I don't feel like I can't breathe, or that my lungs are struggling, or any of the other issues that you might have with something like that. Now, I understand you can have lung and heart damage and not feel it or know it. I feel like I still have to kind of go with my gut here. My gut is telling me to rule out Plaquenil at this time, and so I am. So I did get off of Plaquenil because I'm worried that the side effects, I am having side effects, and mainly muscle weakness. I think it's very hard for the doctors to rule this out with testing, because if you're going to check to see if I have issues with muscle weakness or myelitis and any of the other names they like to call some of this, I think I would have to be tested during a flare or when I've exhausted myself. And that's just not happening with our current medical system. I'm being tested, but I'm being tested on good days. So muscle testing came back as no issues with muscles, and it's just not what's accurate. So what I want to do is I have gotten off Plaquenil, and I have gotten off leflunomide. And I want to rule out my muscle weakness as an issue with the drugs. So that is the path that I'm on. In all of this, I am, what I want is a better quality of life. For lupus patients, a lot of the medications, a lot of the side effects are exactly what we're already trying to combat. So I don't believe in making myself sicker to live a longer life. I'm not understanding that philosophy. And I want to be healthier. I want to be able to, do a few things and live a little bit better than what I'm currently doing. My current quality is low. So with that decision, I believe, about 2.5 weeks to 2 weeks off of leflunomide. They let me know that it's going to take about 4 weeks to fully get out of my system. So I'm waiting for that. I did stop taking PLAQUENIL about 4 days ago, I believe it was. And it was only after discovering PLAQUENIL does have a side effect of muscle weakness. And so I would like to rule that out. During all of this, up until last night, I was feeling really well and feeling like I was on the right path. And then last night, I had I believe was a lupus flare where I had a low-grade fever. Everything in my body hurt. I was convinced I had the flu or was extremely ill. And honestly, it was probably the worst pain I've ever felt. The fever, I had chills. I mean, I honestly felt I was extremely ill. However, I took Advil, was able to get the fever to break. I was able to get some sleep. And then when I woke up, I realized the fever never really rebounded, which kind of led me to believe it was with a lupus flare. Now, I've never had fever with a lupus flare ever in the past, with or without medication. So this is kind of new. And what I suspect might be happening is my body is rebounding a lot higher because I did discontinue the meds and I need to wait for it to plateau and come down. In the meantime, I am looking for a new doctor and just kind of moving forward. So I'm going to continue off of my medication. I am taking a medication that I'll talk about in another video that was not prescribed by the rheumatologist, but my primary care doctor, and go through all of that with you guys. But for now, I'm off of PLAQUENIL and leflunomide, and I'll continue to report back on my health and what's going on and what's changing right now. Everything seems to be changing rather quickly, so I'll shoot videos as needed to keep everyone current. As of right now, I'm having, like last night was a worse lupus flare. I'm hoping to see it come down and kind of find a new happy medium, but we'll see. Talk to you guys in the next video.